Hey there guys, Coasterzilla here today, and recently today there was just an image released, and it says Kings Island 2017 project, and it's a picture of a layout that most certainly, to me, looks like a GCI wooden coaster. I don't know where the original image came from, however I found it from the Coaster Studios Instagram page, somewhere to where I found the B&M track pictures. So assuming it is GCI Woodie, I'm going to give a few pros and cons to why this is a good choice for Kings Island. So let's start off with the pros. The first pro is that this is definitely a kind of coaster that they need at Kings Island, because Kings Island has two wooden coasters currently. They have the Racer, which is kind of an old school dueling wooden coaster, and then they also have the Beast, which is this crazy long, gigantic wooden coaster that's in the back, that's hidden in all the woods of the park. So this gives them a nice one in between. The second reason why this is a good choice is because Kings Island doesn't need to be the park that gets a major addition next. Kings Island got Banshee in 2014, and they also got Diamondback in 2009, which are both two gigantic B&Ms, so I don't need to build a third one right after building these two. The third reason is kind of an expansion off of the second reason, but I think that this is also a good addition because this gives other parks a chance to add their ginormous B&M. So because GCIs are such a low price compared to the giant B&Ms that they've been building, this gives Cedar Fair plenty of money to spend into another park. For instance, King's Dominion. They could do it how they did it in 2009, adding a hypercoaster and a GCI Woodie in 1 year. The hypercoaster they added was Diamondback at Kings Island and Prowler at Worlds of Fun. So of course now with every pros there are a few cons, so let's move on to a couple of the cons. The first con is that Kings Island will now have to go a couple years before getting a B&M Giga Coaster. Now I know I mentioned I didn't want to see 3 gigantic B&Ms in a row at Kings Island, however a B&M Giga is just such a perfect fit that that's what most people were expecting. The second con is that this will be a letdown to fans since it's being announced so early. A lot of fans will have the same feeling for this as they did for Invader at Busch Garden. It was teased so early that you're expecting some kind of mega attraction. When you don't get it, you're kind of let down. Especially with a super park like Kings Island teasing something. They started teasing this as early as opening weekend, so if it's just going to be a GCI Woodie, I bet you a lot of people will be let down about that. The third one, and the most important one, is Kings Island is not the next park that needs a roller coaster. Right off the bat, I can name you Michigan's Adventure, Valley Fair, Knott's Berry Farm, King's Dominion, Canada's Wonderland, Dorney Park, Worlds of Fun have all not gotten roller coasters in the time that Cedar Fair has added Banshee at Kings Island. Now this is actually a common complaint throughout most of the Cedar Fair chain for me, as parks like Cedar Point are constantly getting roller coasters, as they do not pay attention to the smaller parks, so I'm hoping within the next few years they pay attention to parks that haven't gotten roller coasters in a while, such as Kings Dominion, Valley Fair, Dorney Park, etc. But overall, in the end, you can't deny it's still a new roller coaster, and that's a good thing. It's also a kind of coaster that they needed at Kings Island. And also, I don't know if this is supposed to be a pattern or not, but in 2009, Cedar Fair did a GCI and a B&M. And 4 years later, in 2013, they did a GCI and a B&M. So maybe they're going to repeat that in 2017 and do a GCI and a B&M. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Kings Island roller coaster. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later on Coasterzilla.